Welcome to another episode of Mac's Reaction on the GoalMac show. As you know, always on this show, I get to react to controversial and trending football topics, both here in Africa and all over Europe. On today's episode, I'll be discussing the awful forms that Real Madrid Football Club and Barcelona have shown throughout the entire season so far, ahead of the upcoming classico. When I come back, I'll be giving you my direct and honest opinion about these football clubs.
All the latest and exclusive on your favorite football stars. Get a front row pass on the GoalMac show. A blend of football and entertainment at its best. Sit back as we bring you street talk, fashion, music, lifestyle, comedy. You also get to watch your favorite celebrities talk football and even stand a chance to win cash and amazing prizes. All this and more on the GoalMac show.
So before I talk about the upcoming classico, first I would like to discuss the forms that Real Madrid and Barcelona have shown this season. First, I want to discuss Barcelona. Barcelona this season is not a surprise to anybody that watched the football club last season, since the appointment of their coach in the person of Ernesto Valverde. I think the coach does not have what it takes to actually lead the football club. Barcelona Football Club is a club that plays football in a certain way, and throughout the entire tenure of Valverde, they've not shown to actually understand what the football club represents in terms of their style. So, looking at this season, is a no-brainer to see how they've performed, how they've completely depended on Messi throughout the entire season. My personal take on this issue is this: starting from the board of directors in Barcelona, of course, starting with the president in the person of Bartomeu, he has to resign. You know, the president has to resign. The entire board, they all have to resign because they've not made the right decisions for the football club. Appointing Valverde, who has no business coaching Barcelona, is their very first mistake. They appointed a coach who is not forward-thinking. Barcelona Football Club plays front foot football, possession-based attacking football. But you've seen from last season into this season that this coach does not have what it takes to play that kind of football. Barcelona fans all over the world have given up on this team. Last season, we all saw what happened at Roma. See, I couldn't bet not even €1 that Barcelona will be leading Roma in the first leg of a Champions League match at Camp Nou 4-1 and go over to Rome to lose the tie 3-0. Nobody on earth is ever going to bet that Barcelona is going to lose that tie last season, but it happened with the coach. This season, what we've seen with Barcelona this season is that they've completely depended on Messi. They lost about 7 points in 4 games. That is unheard of in Barcelona history. Real Madrid have also made their own mistakes as well. Real Madrid is in a bigger mess. I think losing a 40 to 50 goal player in a season in the person of Ronaldo without any serious form of replacement is actually the most stupid thing I've seen a board do in running a football club. Because Real Madrid, watching them right now, they look like a mid-table team, like toothless. Imagine in their last in their last 4 games in La Liga, they've managed to just score just 1 goal, and that goal was scored by the defender in the person of Marcelo. They brought in a coach who doesn't have the tactical honors to be able to turn things around. You won't blame him too much because they don't really have the personnel to really execute the kind of football that he wants the team to play. He wants the team to play a possession-based football, but they don't have the attacking players, the goal scorers, to be able to give them the goals that they need to be able to win games. Right now, they are playing possession football, but they are not scoring the goals. That is what Ronaldo gives him. Bale is, of course, always injured, and he's not always there to even help the team. Even when he's there, his form has been in and out. And going into this classico, for me personally, I think people should be expecting probably two things. Either we see a child's play, a very boring match where the two teams will struggle to play. Of course, this will be the first time in 11 years that we won't be seeing either Messi or Ronaldo in a classico. Talking about the solutions for these two football clubs. First, starting with Barcelona, their solutions are: one, the president of the football club, in the person of Bartomeu, needs to resign with his entire board. The club that Pep Guardiola coached many years ago is not the same at all. The club that Juan Laporta ran is not the same with the club we see today. And they must go with the coach they appointed, in the person of Ernesto Valverde, because he is a middle table coach. I'm not saying he's so bad in the sense that he's not going to be a coach for another football club, but the standard that Barcelona Football Club represents, he is not up to that standard. Now, the third thing they must do, they have to get rid of some players that are made of glass in that team. They must get rid of Thomas Vermaelen, and they must start replacing Piqué as soon as possible. Then the fourth solution, I think, for Barcelona is that you have to find a way to bring Neymar back. The news we're hearing from France is that Neymar is so sorry for leaving Barcelona the way he did. The future of that football club looks extremely bleak without Messi. If Messi retires, Barcelona will be struggling to qualify for Champions League. I can guarantee them. Dembele probably should be used in the exchange with PSG to get Neymar, because I don't really think he has what it takes to really become a star for Barcelona, to carry Barcelona. I don't think. Now, talking about Real Madrid, first of all, they have to start by sacking the coach. He's obviously clueless, doesn't know what to do with that team, because if you lose a Ronaldo who scores 40 to 50 goals for you every season, you have to find other alternatives on how you're going to make the team work. He hasn't done that. He needs to leave the football club after Clasico. That is one. Two, the president has to, I wouldn't say he should get the sack at this point, because he has really done well for the football club. Winning Champions League 3 times in a row is no mean feat, but I'm so sure he has to go back to the transfer market, probably January, to be able to get a player that can at least score them 25 to 30 goals in a season, to be able to try at least compensate for the loss of Ronaldo. And then the third and the last thing is that the high time they collect the monies that the teams in England are offering for Gary Bale, the better for them, because he seems not to have the time to be on the pitch. He prefers the hospital than being on the pitch to play for Real Madrid Football Club. He's always injured, and you cannot win the Champions League and La Liga and be the kings of Europe with a player like Gary Bale, who is always injured. That's my take, guys, on this show, on this episode of Max Reaction. I'd like to get your comments. You can, of course, follow us on all social media platforms at GoalMac TV. Your comments are so important to us. If you agree or disagree with me, no issues at all. Just let us know what you think about some of the topics that I just talked about. And also, you can also give us your prediction of what you think, of who you think will be winning the Clasico on Sunday. See you guys.